Lieutenant General Schwartz, Major General Hibbard, Command Sergeant Major Beeson, guests, friends, and family members of the Ram Battalion. Good morning and welcome to the Spring 2021 Commissioning Ceremony, where we recognize our ROTC cadets who are about to be commissioned as second lieutenants in the United States Army. I am Captain Joshua Curtis, Assistant Professor of Military Science for the Army ROTC Ram Battalion. Please stand for the entrance of the official party and remain standing for the honors, the playing of the national anthem, and the invocation given by Cadet Peter Juergens.
Please bow. Almighty Creator, we thank you for watching over us and sustaining us as a nation. Your strong hand has steadied us during times of difficulty and gone before us in times of adversity. We give you thanks today for the United States and the leaders that guide its people. Throughout history, you have raised up strong and courageous men and women to lead the way in the defense of freedom. We thank you for this day of celebration, that we can stand before you and acknowledge the accomplishments of these future leaders and reflect on their years of learning. We are grateful for your hand in their education and that each one of them is with us today. Thank you for their families and friends who support them in this profession, and for those that have gone before them and sacrificed for this country. Be with us today as we celebrate their graduation and entry into the ranks of those who have served honorably. You have taught them many lessons in their time with us. Please help them to grow in wisdom and give them integrity and strength throughout their careers. We ask for your hand to be ever on these men and women. May we never forget the price that has been paid for our freedom, and grant us the courage to protect what you have given us. Amen.
Thank you, Cadet Juergens. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. We would like to extend a warm welcome to the university officials, guests from the ROTC Advisory Board, faculty members, and other supporters from the community. We also want to thank the family and friends of today's commissionees, as well as all current service members and veterans in attendance. It is a great honor having all of you here. I would like to introduce today's commissioning party led by Lieutenant Colonel Matthew L. Tillman, Professor of Military Science and the commissioning official for today's ceremony. Major General Lonnie G. Hibbard, our guest speaker for today's commissioning. Command Sergeant Major Beeson, the Senior Enlisted Advisor for the Center of Initial Military Training, and Master Sergeant Joseph Camarillo, our Senior Military Instructor for the Ram Battalion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Professor of Military Science and our Ram Battalion Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Tillman.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful day in Fort Collins this morning as we celebrate this monumental step of these fantastic young Americans as they move forward in service of their country. And we've got it a little better than 10 o'clock because the clouds came out, so that's pretty nice. Lieutenant General and Mrs. Schwartz, General Hibbard, Command Sergeant Major Beeson, other distinguished officers and non-commissioned officer friends and families of the Ram Battalion, welcome to today's ceremony where we officially make these college graduates into second lieutenants for all three components of your Army. As stated, I'm the Professor of Military Science here at Colorado State, Lieutenant Colonel Matt Tillman, and this morning I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our guest speaker, Major General Lonnie Hibbard. General Hibbard currently serves as the Commanding General for the Center for Initial Military Training and the Senior Army Element Commander at Fort Eustis, Virginia. I need to scope that for the audience. What that means is that General Hibbard's team takes 130,000 civilian volunteers from every walk of life across our great country and turns them into soldiers every year. Disciplined, fit, combat-ready soldiers for the greatest army our planet has ever seen. In addition to his current role as the commander of IMT, he has served in every leadership position from the platoon through brigade command to the deputy commanding general position in 7th Infantry Division. Major General Hibbard's storied Army career began as an ROTC graduate from the University of North Dakota, where he earned his Bachelor of Science degree in Airway Science and Aircraft Systems Management. He first served as a combat engineer and then as an Army aviation officer, qualified on the AH-64 Apache. He has combat deployments in support of Operation Desert Shield and Storm, Operation Southern Watch, and Operation Iraqi Freedom. In addition to his Bachelor of Science from the University of North Dakota, Major General Hibbard also holds a Master of Strategic Studies from the U.S. Army War College. To say that he is a wealth of leadership experience is clearly an understatement. However, Major General Hibbard is no stranger to CSU. For nearly 3 years, his command and the CSU Department of Health and Exercise Science, along with the ROTC program, have partnered to study the most effective way to train our cadets for the new Army Combat Physical Fitness Test, the ACFT. For those of you who are unfamiliar with that test, it's a smoker. I took mine on Wednesday and my legs are still a little tired, and your cadets have probably complained to you. Major General Hibbard's team, however, is responsible for the integration of that test as we attempt to grow the culture of health and wellness in our Army. As such, General Hibbard's team has provided us here in this little ROTC program with great support, not only with expertise, but with equipment and ultimately with Army-level support. Sir, again, thank you for your partnership with us. It's important to this land-grant university. It has helped us to develop cross-department relationships on campus, making us better Army ambassadors in northern Colorado. It's helped ROTC to achieve a level of academic visibility that we can't attain without a study of this scale. But most importantly, this partnership has helped to train nearly 100 lieutenants who truly do embrace the culture of wellness and fitness that our Army needs. In short, sir, thank you for your continued support of the Ram Battalion and CSU. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Major General Lonnie Hibbard back to campus. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. What an absolute gorgeous day, as Colonel Tillman said. And more importantly, what a great day to be a soldier. I'm excited to be back here at CSU and with the Ram Battalion for this incredible special event for these 6 commissionees you have seated over here to my left here. You know, it's been 32 years to the day that I was sitting where you were being commissioned, May 14th, 1989 at the University of North Dakota. And I was as anxious as you are right now to begin a new and exciting chapter in my life. I'm proud to be here and excited for the challenges that lie ahead of all of you. If I could, I would pull up a 7th chair, take my rank off, and start all over again with you here today, because you're about to enter the Army at the greatest rank there is, 2nd Lieutenant. Lieutenant General Schwartz, Colonel Tillman, ladies and gentlemen, families and friends, it is my privilege to join you here today to honor these cadets, who in a few minutes will give their oath to serve our nations faithfully and commission as the next generation of Army officers. I want to thank the family and friends of the cadets who we honor here today. You have already made a great contribution to your country by instilling in these cadets the values and discipline of hard work and the importance of service to our great nation. Your guidance and support has led these young leaders to this singular moment in their lives. And without you, these cadets might not be sitting here in uniform today, about to be entrusted with the responsibility of America's most precious resource, the American soldier. I want to recognize the faculty and staff of Colorado State University for all of their time and energy in preparing these future Army leaders for what lies ahead. The Army can't thank you enough. I also must recognize the officers, non-commissioned officers, and civilians of the RAM ROTC Battalion for their dedication and commitment to these cadets. Your efforts have set these young leaders on the road to success with great training events like the Bronze Boot Relay Run, the 39-mile run from the Wyoming border to Canvas Stadium, and my understanding, the only game day tradition that survived COVID this year. So well done on that. The spring FTX at the Air Force Academy, including coordinating for CH-47 flights for most of the underclassmen that attended, and the 30 hours of situational training lanes out of a patrol base in temperatures reaching down into the low teens. And near and dear to my heart, as Colonel Tillman said, the support for the ACFT study for our Army. Please join me in a round of applause for the faculty, staff, and staff that make up the ROTC program. Commissioning ceremonies like this mark an important and singular moment when the Army passes the mantle of leadership and trust to a new Army officer. In this culmination, it is the culmination of balancing educational demands, a challenging military science curriculum, co-curricular activities, and the many months of summer training, FTXs, mentorship events, and leadership development opportunities. These cadets have been trained to thrive in a rapidly evolving environments. They have developed agile and adaptive thinking skills to perform in difficult circumstances anywhere in the world our Army is asked to go. These leaders will find themselves facing far greater challenges than I could have ever imagined when I pinned down my gold bars in 1989. You know, like Andrew, balancing ROTC, academics with being a Division I athlete. Spencer, as the battalion PAO, managing the battalion social media accounts. And Spencer, in my day, that was just a Polaroid camera. Or Donald managing the wildfires and COVID cancellations with grace, just to mention a few of the things you guys have had to fight just this last year. Chaos and technology define the nature of today's conflicts and present itself within domains of space and cyberspace that weren't even contested or thought about when I was a new lieutenant. It will be the duty of these commissioning cadets to make sense of it, to create innovative solutions to complex problems in a short amount of time with constrained resources. These are the skills to lead in the Army of tomorrow and beyond, and these leaders, the Army's newest officers, are ready to take up that challenge. Cadets, congratulations on all you've accomplished. You've done an incredible job managing the responsibilities of ROTC while balancing a full class schedule, excelling as both students and cadets. You should be proud of your efforts, because I know those of us here are. As a commissioned officer in the United States Army, you are a warrior, an unwavering defender of the Constitution. There is no greater demonstration of trust from the Republic than its bestowal of an officer's commission. Upon accepting this trust, you must carry it with the corresponding burden of practical and moral responsibility to live up to our nation's expectations of those of us in uniform. You must always remember the U.S. Army exists for one reason, to be the guardians of freedom, defending the American way of life. And the Army will continue to answer the call to duty to fight and win our nation's wars, wherever and whenever that may occur. You know, this is the Army's non-negotiable contract with the American people, and each of you will help us keep it. All officers begin their career taking a common oath as they receive their commission. The oath is simple and deliberately unconditional, pledging loyalty not to an individual or a political party, but to the Constitution of the United States, the legal document symbolically representing every American citizen. In a moment, you will give that solemn oath, and the future of our soldiers and our nation will come to rest in your hands as an officer in the United States Army. As you set out on your new career as an Army officer, I wish to offer you some advice, which took me a few years to figure out. First, habits make the officer. Strive every day to practice those behaviors and attitudes that make for a successful Army officer. And I have 5 habits I want to recommend. Habit number 1, spend more time listening than you do talking. You know, that wisdom has been around for a long time. You know, the old expression, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. This applies at all ranks in the Army. And as I visit units and I talk to our young soldiers, I'm constantly reminded about how smart, ingenious, and capable our soldiers are. Pay attention to cues and listen to them with curiosity. This will help you understand what is being said, and more importantly, how you will get to know your soldiers, how you will connect with them, and most importantly, learn from them. It's hard to lead, motivate, inspire soldiers unless you know them. Habit number 2, read something about our profession or our world every day. You must strive to learn something new every day. There hasn't been a job that I have been in, at any rank, that hasn't had a learning curve, and some have been steeper than others. The education you received here at CSU is a solid foundation on which to build a career. But if you stop reading today, then you stop learning. And the successful career of an Army officer requires that you be a lifelong learner. Our Army is changing rapidly, and you have to seek out those changes, understand them, and apply them without being spoon-fed. Habit number 3, remind yourself every day that the Army's greatest asset is its people. You may be the one in charge, but you also must lead with compassion, treating everyone with dignity and respect, and always doing the right thing. Soldiers are watching you. They're forming their opinions about your leadership, your abilities at all times, on and off duty, and they really look to you to be that roadmap for success, as you did the cadre here at CSU. So please, don't let them down. Habit number 4, take care of yourself. I know at 23, 24 years old, that concern isn't the foremost in your thoughts, but I'm not just talking about, nutrition and exercise. Always remember, true fitness doesn't stop at physical fitness. There's more to consider to ensure total wellness, and it includes all aspects that support your emotional and spiritual fitness. So give yourself some time every day to attend to your emotional and spiritual needs. You will find this very critical in times of adversity. You have to figure out what that means for you. It could be 30 minutes of reflection each day, but whatever it is, you need to figure it out to stay grounded. If I had to pick one habit that remains supreme for an officer, it would be accept personal responsibility. Who you are as a person, the kind of leader you will be known for, depends on you taking personal responsibility for your actions and those actions of your subordinates. You must commit to do this every day, to indeed make it a habit that you do not forsake. Throughout your career as an Army officer, you or your members of your unit will be required to make difficult decisions in difficult situations. The outcomes of those decisions are your responsibility to accept. If the outcomes are good, then humbly credit the success of to the unit and to your soldiers. If the outcomes are bad, then do not pass the buck. Bravely take on the failure and learn from it, and pass on those lessons learned to your unit and to your peers so your soldiers and friends can benefit from your experience. Always remember, the Army is a team sport. As I think about the difficult moments you may face in the future, I'm reminded of what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Your integrity and character as a leader will be revealed in those moments of your life and career when you face those difficult moments. So take personal responsibility for your actions and for the actions of your subordinates. By doing so, you will show those around you that you are worthy of their respect and their trust. I have one more habit to mention, and of all of them, I hope it's the easiest to achieve. Although through my experience, it's often proved the most difficult. So just remember, love what you do or why you're doing it, or better, do both. If you're having fun and loving what you do, it will be contagious with your soldiers. And if they love what they do, they will go out of their way to take care of each other and make the unit succeed. The easiest way never to work a day in your life is to always love what you're doing at the moment that you are doing it. I know that you may find yourself at times in your life or your career when you're required to do something that you simply cannot love. So if you can't love what you do, then love why you're doing it. Think back to this moment right here today and remember why you chose to serve. You are embarking on a journey of selfless service. I know I can speak for the American people when I say thank you for making this journey. Thank you for making the choice to be part of something bigger than yourself. I am proud of you, of what you have already accomplished, and more importantly, I look forward to the leadership you will bring the United States Army. Once the ceremony concludes, each of you will head in different directions and destinations, but wherever you go or whatever you do, CSU and the Ram Battalion has equipped you well for the challenges you will face. So congratulations again, and I wish each of you every success on your journey. So thank you for what you're about to do, and remember, victory starts here.
General Hibbert, again, thank you on behalf of the Ram Battalion for speaking today at our presentation and commissioning of these fine lieutenants. On behalf of the Ram Battalion, small gift of our token of our appreciation.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it.
The life and commitment of an officer is not easy. The Army officer lives under a strong and personal code that guides them in the standards of official and personal conduct. This is a code that includes loyalty to the nation, personal trustworthiness, and honor. This code involves the execution of two things: the oath of office and the officer's commission. Each newly commissioned officer becomes an agent of the executive branch of government appointed by the President of the United States. The pinning of the second lieutenant rank is a visible sign of the appointment and the commitment made by the officer. Also, a part of this ceremony is the first salute, a time-honored tradition within the Army that dates to the early British regiments in colonial America. In years past, newly commissioned British officers were assigned an enlisted soldier to train them, teach them the regiment's history and traditions, and to ensure that their equipment met the appropriate standards. Grateful officers often showed their heartfelt gratitude by informally compensating the enlisted soldier with a small sum of money. This tradition is carried on today by the newly commissioned officer providing the enlisted soldier rendering the first salute with a silver dollar. And now we will introduce to you your commissionees. For those participating in your cadets presentation, please come forward to the side of the stage when it is their time. The cadet will commission in alphabetical order, and you can find the list in your program. This is also an excellent opportunity for photographs, so please feel free to move around when your cadet's name is announced. Cadet Donald Bodie, please come forward. Cadet Bodie earned a Bachelor's of Arts degree in political science with a minor in criminology and criminal justice. His proudest accomplishments in college were serving as the Cadet Battalion Executive Officer during a very challenging COVID-restricted semester and achieving his purple belt in Jiu-Jitsu, while earning a commission in the United States Army. Cadet Bodie begins his Army career as an active duty field artillery officer, where he will attend Basic Officer Leader Course at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. His father, retired Lieutenant Colonel John Bodie, will administer the oath of office.
No mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and I will well and faithfully
Affixing his rank is his father, Colonel Bodie, and his uncle, retired Sergeant Joe Bodie. Lieutenant Bodie's first salute will be rendered by his uncle, Sergeant Bodie. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Donald Bodie. Cadet Raymond Campbell, please come forward. Cadet Campbell earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in psychology. His proudest accomplishments in college were receiving a green to gold scholarship and playing Division I rugby here at CSU, while earning a commission in the United States Army. Cadet Campbell began his Army career as an active duty armor officer, where he would begin his journey with Armor Basic Officer Leader Course at Fort Benning, Georgia. Our executive officer, Major Jonathan Parker, will administer the oath of office. Affixing his rank is his mother, Claudia Bobbitt. Lieutenant Campbell's first salute will be rendered by Specialist Ricardo Tejada. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Raymond Campbell. Cadet Andrew Forsyth, please come forward. Cadet Forsyth earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in Civil Engineering. His proudest accomplishments in college were performing as a Division I athlete on the CSU track team and cross-country team, while earning his commission in the United States Army. Cadet Forsyth begins his Army career as an active duty infantry officer, where he will begin his journey at Infantry Basic Officer Leader Course at Fort Benning, Georgia. Our professor of military science, Lieutenant Colonel Tillman, will administer the oath. Affixing his rank is his parents, David and Zoe Forsyth. Lieutenant Forsyth's first salute will be rendered by Specialist Ricardo Tejada. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Andrew Forsyth. Cadet Nick McCarthy, please come forward. Cadet McCarthy earned a Bachelor's of Arts in Communication. His proudest accomplishments in college were serving as the Cadet Battalion Logistician, balancing requirements and capabilities that set the conditions for a joint field training exercise, and receiving the George C. Marshall Award for being a top-performing cadet, all while earning a commission in the United States Army. Cadet McCarthy was selected by the Army Intelligence Branch and has a branch detail to first serve as an active duty armor officer. He will begin his journey with Armor Basic Officer Leader Course at Fort Benning, Georgia. His uncle, retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Corey Miller, will administer the oath of office. Affixing his rank is his parents, Steve and Heidi McCarthy. Lieutenant McCarthy's first salute will be rendered by Sergeant First Class Stroud. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Nick McCarthy. Cadet Spencer Oakley, please come forward. Cadet Oakley earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in History and a minor in Russian Studies. His proudest accomplishments in college were being afforded the opportunity to attend and complete Air Assault School, as well as compete and lead in Ranger Challenge for 3 consecutive years, while earning a commission in the United States Army. Cadet Oakley begins his Army career as an active duty infantry officer, where he will begin his journey in Infantry Basic Officer Leader Course at Fort Benning, Georgia. His brother, Captain William Oakley, will administer the oath of office. Affixing his rank is his parents, Bill and Melissa Oakley, along with his older brother, Second Lieutenant Carter Oakley. Lieutenant Oakley's first salute will be rendered by Sergeant First Class Amran Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Spencer Oakley. Cadet Devin Thompson, please come forward. Cadet Thompson earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Administration. His proudest accomplishments in college were planning, coordinating, and executing ROTC support for the local high schools, solidifying program relationships with others, and playing collegiate lacrosse for 2 years, all while earning a commission in the United States Army. Cadet Thompson begins his Army career as an active duty armor officer, where he will begin his journey with Armor Basic Officer Leader Course at Fort Benning, Georgia. Our distinguished visitor, Lieutenant General Mark C. Schwartz, will administer the oath of office. Affixing his rank is his father, William Thompson, and his mother and stepfather, Vicky and Kevin Borns. Lieutenant Thompson's first salute will be rendered by Master Sergeant Camarillo. Ladies and gentlemen, Second Lieutenant Devin Thompson. In recognition of our new lieutenant's accomplishments over the past 4 years, we present them with a parting gift. This gift consists of a box with a challenge coin in it. Engraved on the box are the lieutenant's names and the date of commissioning. The challenge coin itself is engraved with the Ram Battalion motto, which is Duces in Paciate Bello, Leaders in Peace and War. Lieutenant Colonel Tillman and Master Sergeant Camarillo are now presenting our lieutenants with their commissioning certificates and gift. Ladies and gentlemen, the Army's newest second lieutenants. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Army song and remain standing for the departure of the official party.
March along, sing a song with the army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who have fought to victory. We're the army and proud of our name. We're the army and proudly proclaim. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might. And the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won. And the army goes rolling along. Then it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the cane, it's loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
This concludes the formal portion of today's ceremony. Thank you all for your attendance and continued support.